Hello, it's Carmen Weld with Castanet News, and I'm down at the Kelowna RCMP detachment for part one of our new series with Superintendent Nick Romanchuk. First, we talk about the increase of violent crime in Kelowna.
Anecdotally, for sure, we've seen a number of stabbings over the last few weeks and a number of other serious crimes. So I think that would be a fair statement, something that certainly concerns us as well. We've seen very high unemployment rates here right now. I think we're, if not the highest, we're one of the highest in the country. And we've seen here, as well as in maybe other parts of BC, as the price of oil has gone down, which has affected employment, we've seen increases in crime. So certainly something we're keeping our eye on.
The superintendent and I also discussed the apparent link between all of the violent crimes that have recently happened in our community.
It's easy to speculate. It's a lot more difficult to prove things, and we won't discuss things unless we can actually prove them. And so I wouldn't necessarily draw those links right now. And again, I don't think people should try and make it more complicated than really what it is. You have to keep in mind that they don't have the benefit of all the facts and the evidence and forensic evidence that we do at the time. As I say, it's very easy to speculate. People can make comments online without any sort of accountability whatsoever. But if we say something, we have to make sure that we're right, based on fact and science and forensic evidence and so on. And that's just not the case here.
On top of the RCMP radar this year is also the increase in overdoses due to fentanyl.
Yeah, and fentanyl is something certainly that we're seeing, I would say, across Canada and probably further than that. Fentanyl is a relatively new phenomena, certainly in this area. It's a very, very powerful drug that's very inexpensive. So it's lucrative for drug dealers to get involved with fentanyl because they can buy a small amount of the product, they can cut it many, many more times than other drugs and sell it at a much greater profit. So I think the problem comes in when it's not mixed properly. There could be hot spots in a batch when it's cut down, and then people can, unfortunately, they can succumb very quickly. And from what I understand, if you've never been exposed to fentanyl before, just a very, very minute quantity can actually prove to be fatal. So it's very, very dangerous. It's also very dangerous and poses challenges for emergency services personnel, the fire department, the police, ambulance personnel, because you can very quickly and unknowingly become exposed to it and very quickly suffer the adverse effects. So it is here for sure, and it is a very significant concern. We're in the midst of purchasing some equipment so we can safely handle the fentanyl, because it's in a powder form generally, and it can very quickly get into the environment and put the people that work in this building at risk. So very, very dangerous.
Superintendent Romanchuk says the RCMP has a strong plan for the summer.
The city spent a lot of money revitalizing Bernard, and it's a very beautiful, vibrant downtown. We want to make sure that everybody is able to enjoy it. So that's probably a big part of what we want to do, and make sure everybody that comes here is able to enjoy the community safely and have a nice summer.
A growing concern is about the number of RCMP officers in Kelowna and whether or not we have enough coverage due to the crime that happens in this community. Romanchuk says they have a plan.
Yeah, and I think it's no secret that the RCMP resourcing levels in Kelowna have been an issue for a long time, over many, many years. And it's something that the City of Kelowna has certainly become aware of in the last number of years and are definitely taking steps to address. I mean, there have been reports in the past, the Fraser Institute comes to mind about a year and a half ago, where they talked about Kelowna having the most under-resourced police force in the country. And I take that for what it's worth.
He says he has a solid answer for whether Kelowna is safe.
Absolutely. So, and I think people may have the wrong perception sometime, but it really is a safe community. If you look at the citizen survey that the city conducted, I think it's a year or so ago now, 94% of the people in the community said they felt safe.